Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Dutch. Today we're going to do math lesson 11-5. Mental math, 10 less than a number. And when you're all done, you're going to be able to use mental math to subtract 10 from a two-digit number. Okay, so let's get started with our visual learning video.
You have used different ways to subtract tens. Find 35 minus 10. You can use a model to help. How do the blocks show that you subtracted 35 minus 10?
Okay, boys and girls. So when we look at the models, we have 35. We have 10, 20, 30, 5. We have 35 take away 10. So these are stacks of 10. So we just X one out, and that's how we take away 10 using models.
First, they show 3 tens rods and 5 ones cubes for 35. Then they show that 1 10, or 10, is subtracted by crossing out one of the tens rods. How does the 100 chart show that you subtracted 35 minus 10? A circle is drawn around the number 35. Then an arrow goes up one row to 25. Both ways show the same answer. 35 minus 10 equals 25. You can also use mental math to subtract 10. What is the tens digit in the number 35? The tens digit in 35 is 3. What is the tens digit in the number 10? The tens digit in 10 is 1. What basic fact do you know that can help you find 35 minus 10?
Okay, when we look at these numbers, we have 35, take away 10. We look at the digit in the tens column. Here we have a 3, and over here in the tens column, we have a 1. We know 3 minus 1 equals 2.
You can use the basic fact 3 minus 1 equals 2. So 35 minus 10 equals 25. When you subtract 10, the tens digit goes down by 1. Subtract 10 from these numbers.
Okay, let's try it. All right, now he said when we subtract the tens, the digit in the 10 spot will decrease by 1. So 46 minus 10. So we look for something that decreases by 1 from 4 to 3. So we're looking for 36. We have 78 minus 10. When we decrease the 7 by 1, we get a 6. So we're looking for 68. We have 95 minus 10. If we decrease that 9 by 1, we're looking for, you're correct, 85.
"46 minus 10 equals 36. 78 minus 10 equals 68. 95 minus 10 equals 85. In each of these problems, which digit changes in the differences?
Okay, so the number that's in the tens column, or the digit in the tens column, decrease by 1.
The tens digit decreases by 1. The ones digit stays the same. Why is that? The tens digits always decrease by 1 because you are subtracting 1 10. The ones digit always stays the same because 10 has 0 ones. So no ones are being subtracted.
Remember, when subtracting tens, the tens digit changes, but not the ones digit.
Okay, let's apply what you just learned in our guided practice. Okay, so guided practice, it said use mental math to subtract. Use 10 frames if needed. So when we look at this first one, it's been done for us. We have 26 minus 10. And if you look closely, we have these 10 frames. We have 10, 26 minus 10. They crossed out one of the 10 frames. Now we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 26 take away 10 equals 16. So let's try that together. We have 32 take away 10, or 32 minus 10. We have 10, 20, 30, 1, 2. So we have 32 take away 10. We're going to cross out one of the 10 frames, and we have 10, 20, 21, 22. So 32 minus 10 equals 22. Let's jump down here and use mental math. We don't have any 10 frames. We could draw models, but we're going to keep it moving. We have 98 minus 10. So let's apply mental math. We know that this 9 is going to decrease by 1 because we're taking 10 away from it. So 9 take away 1 is 8. And we're looking at the number that's in the tens column. So then we go here, we have 8. The 8 is going to stay the same because there's a 0 right there. So 98 minus 10 equals 88. Okay, we look at the number or the digit, we can call it, right here in the tens column. So we have 44, take away 10. So we know that that 4 is going to decrease by 1. So 1 less than 4 is 3. And we look in our fours column, in our ones column, and the 4 is going to stay the same because of that 0. So 44 minus 10 equals 34. Okay, guys, we're doing great. I hear you out there using mental math. Okay, so I want you on a scrap piece of paper, or you can do this using this pen in your independent practice. But let's look at this together. I want you to use, you can write this down on paper, will be the quickest way. And I want you to do, so with this is 53 minus 10. We're going to do this first one just to get you going. So 53 minus 10. So we look at our number in the tens digit. In the tens column, we have 5 and we have 1. So the 5 is going to decrease by 1. So it becomes, that's right, a 4. And the digit in the ones column is a 3 and a 0. So the 3 is going to stay the same. So 53 minus 10 equals 43. So I want you guys to get a piece of scrap paper and write those down and do those. It's wonderful practice for going into second grade. Number 14 down here says, number sense. Subtract using 10 frames and mental math. Complete the related addition equation. So remember, whatever the solution is for when they're related, we're going to be using the same numbers. So whatever the solution is for one is the solution for the other. So 39 minus 10. 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 39 minus 10. So we take one of these 10 frames away. And we have 10, 29. So 39 minus 10 equals 29. So down here, we're going to use 29 because it's a related addition problem. We're using all the same numbers. 29 plus 10 equals 39. Very good, boys and girls. Okay, this is our last page we're going to do together. All right, we're going to do numbers 15 and 16 together. All right, so we did these in the beginning of the year. You might not remember because it's been so long ago. This is a part whole. You remember part whole? Our whole is 43. And part of that 43 is 10. So let's read the question. Jamal has 43 stamps on his desk. So that's the whole. He puts 10 stamps in a notebook. How many stamps are left? So let's use mental math. So in our digit in our tens column is a 4, and down here is a 1. So we're going to decrease that 4 by 1. 4 take away 1 is 3. And our number right here, 3 take away 0, is going to stay the same, 3. So 43 take away 10 equals 33. So the other part of this is 33. So when we put them back together, we would get 43. Okay, all right. So over here, number 16, Ed brings 27 oranges home. His family eats 10 of them. How many oranges does Ed have left? Find the difference. Now this problem has been set up for us, but whenever we see the word difference, we're going to subtract. Okay, so we're going to use that mental math again. We have 27 minus 10. So when we look at the digit in the tens column, we have a 2, and it's going to decrease by 1. So 2 take away 1 is 1. The digit in our ones column is going to stay the same because of that 0. So 7. 27 minus 10 equals 17. So Ed has 17 oranges left. Okay, you wonderful math mind first graders with the wonderful math logic and thinking. Keep up the good work. When you're all done with the problems on the screen before this, go ahead and log into Pearson Math and do your practice buddy 11-5. Bye-bye.